Welcome to Golden Aging Health. Have you ever found yourself sitting quietly in your favorite chair, a cup of tea in hand, and wondered, how did things get this way with my kids? You've given your time, love, and energy, raising them with all your heart. Yet now it feels as though you're the one being treated as a burden, or worse, a stranger. This isn't just an isolated case. It's something many seniors face, and it cuts deep. In this video, we'll discuss 5 phrases your adult children might say that show a lack of respect and can hurt you emotionally. These words go beyond simple disagreements. They are a form of emotional manipulation. Recognizing these phrases is essential to protecting your peace, dignity, and mental health. You have the right to safeguard your well-being, to choose relationships that honor you. If you've heard these words or feel you're being mistreated, it's okay to step away, not out of anger, but to protect yourself. Don't forget to like and share this video to spread the message of respect and self-care in family relationships. Let's dive into these phrases and how they affect your sense of self.
When your child says, "I didn't ask to be born," you may find yourself stunned when your child says these words. It's not just a moment of frustration, it's a complete rejection of all the love and sacrifices you've given them throughout their life. Imagine the years you've spent caring for, raising, and providing everything you could for your child. You stayed up late, worked tirelessly, and did everything to ensure they had a strong foundation. Yet now, the child you've loved and nurtured says coldly, "I didn't ask to be born." This isn't just ingratitude, it's a denial of the unconditional love and devotion you've given them. It invalidates every effort, every sleepless night, every drop of sweat, every lesson you've taught, every tear you've shed, every step you've walked beside them is suddenly dismissed in one moment. It's not just a complaint, it's an emotional betrayal that denies the love you gave without expecting anything in return. And this doesn't just hurt, it makes you feel invisible, like you're no longer valued in their life. You may not realize it, but when your child says this, it feels like a deep stab to your heart. You start to question if everything you've done has been enough, if you've been seen or appreciated. It's the painful realization that the love you gave freely is being rejected. So when you face words like this, remember that you don't have to accept emotional abuse. If you hear this phrase, it's okay to step away, not out of anger, but to protect your self-respect and peace. Remember that you deserve respect, gratitude, and above all, love, not neglect or harm. Now, let's move on to another painful phrase that often accompanies emotional manipulation, one that diminishes your worth even further.
2. When your child says, "You're lucky I even talked to you." This may seem like a light-hearted comment at first, but beneath it lies a painful truth that many parents face. The presence of a parent is no longer seen as a given in the child's life. It's just a favor that they graciously offer, as if parents should be grateful for any little time their children give them. Imagine one evening, you're sitting there, waiting for your child to call, longing for just a simple check-in, a little show of care. After years of hard work and sacrifice, you only hope for a short phone call or a birthday wish. Yet, when your child finally calls, they casually say, "You're lucky I even talked to you." This simple phrase stabs deeply, making you feel like you no longer hold any significance in their life.
This is a profound sign of disrespect, making you feel as though you're begging for just a little attention from the child you've given so much to. You've offered them everything you could, your time, energy, and love, and now you're expected to be grateful for a brief phone call. If you find yourself constantly trying not to be a burden, asking yourself if your relationship still holds value, it's time to pause and reflect. Should you continue seeking love and respect from someone who no longer values you? The feeling of being dismissed and undervalued can make you question if you've done something wrong. But no, you haven't. You deserve respect and true love. You deserve relationships that bring you joy and honor, not relationships that make you feel like a shadow in their lives. Please share your story in the comments below. Have you ever experienced something similar? How did you handle the disrespect from your child? Now, let's move on to the next painful phrase, another sign of disrespect that many parents have to endure.
3. When children say, "You must respect my boundaries, even if I don't want to talk to you." When a child says this, they are not just setting a boundary, they are turning it into a tool to isolate and abandon their parents. Boundaries in relationships are important. They help people respect each other's space and personal needs. However, when a boundary is used as a shield to avoid responsibility and block emotional connection, it is no longer a healthy boundary. It becomes isolation. Imagine coming home after a long, exhausting day, hoping to simply talk with your child. Maybe just ask a simple question about their life or health. Instead of warmth or a normal conversation, you are met with the cold words, "You must respect my boundaries, even if I don't want to talk to you." These words slam a door in front of you, pushing you out of their life without any valid reason. The feeling of rejection and isolation within your own family is indescribable. You have spent a lifetime nurturing and loving them, and now you face coldness and distance. This is not only hurtful, it makes you feel like an outsider in your own family. Boundaries are necessary, but they should never be used as a tool to manipulate or abandon someone. If your children use boundaries to isolate you, recognize that this is not a healthy boundary, but a tactic to control and manipulate emotions. You do not have to accept it. You deserve a relationship based on mutual respect, where boundaries are set with understanding and love, not as a means to reject and hurt.
4. When your child says you are too sensitive, imagine sharing a worry or a small moment from your day with your child, hoping for understanding, only to hear, "You are too sensitive." These words hurt deeply. They dismiss your feelings and make you question your own worth, leaving you feeling unseen even in your own family. Mrs. Emma, 65, experienced this herself. After a tiring day and a minor health scare, she confided in her son. Instead of empathy, he coldly said, "You are too sensitive." Years of nurturing and unconditional love felt ignored in an instant. The words pierced her heart, making her feel invisible and unappreciated. But Mrs. Emma chose not to let this define her. She began journaling, reached out to supportive friends, and realized that being sensitive is not a flaw. It is proof of her depth, care, and humanity. Her feelings were valid, deserving acknowledgement, and not something to be dismissed lightly. If your child says this to you, remember, your emotions matter. You have the right to feel, to express yourself, and to insist on respect. Do not allow anyone, even your child, to diminish your inner world. If this hits home, like, share, and comment below about your experiences. Stay tuned, because next we will discuss the fifth phrase children sometimes use that can deeply wound their parents and how you can protect your peace when it happens.
5. When your child says, "You have lived your life, now it's my turn." Hearing your child say, "You have lived your life, now it's my turn," can feel like the world has suddenly shifted beneath your feet. It's not just words, it's a dismissal of your decades of love, care, and sacrifices. Everything you poured into nurturing them suddenly seems invisible, as if your life's worth has an expiration date. Imagine spending years guiding, supporting, and comforting your child, always putting their needs first. You celebrated their successes, soothed their failures, and gave unconditional love. And now, instead of appreciation, you are met with words that make you feel like a burden. The sting of rejection is deep, leaving a hollow ache in your heart, questioning your value and place in the world. But the truth is, love and respect never expire. Your life, your efforts, and your heart are invaluable. When a child uses such words to dismiss or neglect you, it reflects their inability to honor the bond you share, not your worth. You deserve relationships that respect your presence, appreciate your love, and do not treat you as disposable. Setting boundaries and protecting your peace is not selfish, it is essential. Walking away from toxic behavior, even from your own child, is an act of self-respect and preservation. Recognize your value, hold on to your dignity, and prioritize connections that honor you rather than diminish you. Sometimes children say words that hurt deeply, dismissing all the love and care parents have given. These words can make us feel rejected, undervalued, and emotionally exhausted. But love should never be an excuse to accept disrespect. Your feelings matter. You deserve to be heard, understood, and treated with respect. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it is necessary. If your children cannot honor you, it is okay to create distance to safeguard your well-being. Love and respect have no expiration date, and you are allowed to insist on both. Take a moment to reflect on your relationships and prioritize connections that bring understanding and warmth. Do not let harmful words define your value or steal your peace. If this message resonates with you, share your story in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share this video to help others see the importance of respect within families. Thank you for watching.